Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, I make videos for NFL, niche sports, stuff like that. Little introductory there. Um, Before we get into the video going over the two-game NFL slate for tomorrow, definitely check out this subreddit where I make all my posts. I make updates before lock with news comes out, stuff like that. I made updates tonight, downgraded all the Philadelphia wide receivers with all the news that we got, downgraded the running backs and stuff like that. So you need to check out this Reddit to get updates from me on what news comes out and what changes during the slate. You can find my posts. My username is Shook. So definitely check out DF Sports. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can do so on Twitter right here at Tory Langley 1992. And if you're interested in private content, I'll have my link to my Discord down below where I give in-depth content going over each slate, player pools for cash and GPPs, cores for cash and GPPs, private videos, prize picks plays, underdog plays, just a whole bunch of shit. Every sport that I go over down below. So let's show you guys my lineups from tonight. Actually, first, we absolutely nuked this slate. We took third in this tournament. We took nice cash there, nice little double there, good ROI there, really good ROI there. We took first in that same tournament. We took third in that tournament. Just cash is everywhere. I go over cash games in depth. I go over tournaments in depth. It's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. And let's go over my lineups from tonight. So no surprise here. I had a phenomenal night once again. I haven't missed a cash on a slate yet for the NFL preseason. This is my tournament lineup. I should have put it in smaller field tournaments, but I usually don't play. I don't play tournaments that much for the preseason. I usually just play cash, but this is my tournament lineup. The core that I had for today, and I can even just show you guys. The GPP core that I had for today was Austin Watkins. He was the highest scorer on the slate. It wasn't even close. Eagles defense, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Cash core was Eagles D, Browns D, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I played Watkins in the captain, and it worked out massively. Absolutely massively. So cash lineup, same thing, easy dub. I just don't know what to say. It's free money at this point. Prize picks and underdog went phenomenally. I went 6-3 with Sermon. You can see here. You can go on my Twitter and see that every night. So phenomenal stuff here today. Couldn't have asked for anything better than that. Now let's go over this two-game slate. All right, Panthers. What we do know now. One sec. So, going to be a lot of stuff up in the air on this slate. So, Panthers. Stars didn't play a ton. What they're going to do is they're going to do kind of similar what they did to last week. So, basically what they're going to do is Dalton didn't play, Lutton didn't play. We'll see. I would expect kind of similar here. And then Carroll played 70% of the snaps. We saw Young play 23% of the snaps. Now, this could all change. We could get news tomorrow of more stuff happening. But assuming Corral gets kind of similar run here, he's definitely a pretty good quarterback option on the slate. He has rushing upside. Like, if I knew he was going to play 70% of the snaps again, he would probably be one of the best quarterback plays in the slate. So keep an eye on that news. Definitely very, very important. But the indication right now is they're going to do kind of what they did last week. Moving over to running back. So Sanders, don't think plays. Peoples barely played. So we'll see. He could get time at running back. We'll see there. Hubbard barely played. He played some. He played 23% of the snaps. Blackshear played 34. And then Brown played 43. So if I were to take a shot on one of these running backs, it would be Brown. Blackshear kind of got most of his involvement in the passing game. Hope you really low owned after last week. He was a pretty popular play. All beats were indicating that Blackshear was going to play a ton last week. He did not. So I kind of like Blackshear as a bounce back play in tournaments. Just know it's going to fail more often than not. He didn't really get the work that everyone was expecting as Giga Chalk. So Brown, definitely my favorite. And then Blackshear, I think, is an interesting tournament play as like a bounce back candidate. Going over to wide receiver. So they played 11 wide receivers, but we could have, I believe, 9 or 10 here. Marshall, I believe, is out. Bird's out. Wright got banged up. So I think they'll have around 9 guys. So taking a look at the snaps for these guys, we had their slot wide receiver, Smith. I wrote him down. I don't need to look at this. Smith, he played 27 snaps. He ran around on 19 of those. Wims played 31 snaps, ran around on 24 of those. And then we had Mingo. Maybe with Marshall, Mingo could get a little bit more run. He didn't play much. He only ran 8 routes on 5. Played 8 snaps ran around on 5 of those. So maybe like these back end guys get a little bit more run with Marshall out, but Marshall didn't really play much at all either. So they're just really darts. So probably my favorite wide receiver on this team, if I were to take a shot on one of them, probably would be Wim since he played the much. And then Smith, he is their slot wide receiver. So he's definitely firmly in play as well. Everything else is just absolutely disgusting. Van barely played. Who else do they have? These run like Mingo barely played. Chanel obviously didn't play much. We were expecting that. It was just really disgusting. So I think Wims and I think Smith would be the guys that I would take a shot on there. For tight end, I guess Tremble's okay. He played, I believe, he didn't play much either. Where's Tremble? He played 19 snaps, ran around 14. So I guess the route runs to snap ratio is pretty solid. So Tremble would be the guy I'd take there if I was going to go to any of these tight ends. All right, let's go over the Giants. So no confirmed news, but the starters might be playing. If they do, I would expect probably about a quarter from these guys. Like I don't have interest in Daniel Jones unless we get confirmation he's going to play like half. DeVito, he played the majority of the game. He's obviously going to lose some time if the starters played. He's not mobile either. I would still probably expect about a half from him. And then Tyrod Taylor, I mean, who knows? Maybe a quarter. If these starters do play it. So if I were to play one, it would be DeVito. DeVito's god-awful. He's a terrible quarterback. But if I were to play one, it would be him. Really don't like it at all, though. But if he gets, like I said, if he gets like a half, maybe more than a half, that makes him firmly in play. Playing time over talent is definitely a thing that you want to take note for the NFL preseason. All right, going over to running back. So Brightwell got injured. Mayark, he's a fullback. Saquon, we'll see if he's going to play. So they could have 5 running backs here. So if we get news that like Saquon's going to play, that definitely does muddy the water up here. If I were to play a running back from this team, it would be Gray. Gray, I believe. Let me go to the Giants. Played a decent chunk. But outside of that, it's just really, really gross. Yeah, he played 23 snaps, 15 of those on passing plays. But yeah, outside of that, it's pretty disgusting, as you can see, especially if they add some more running backs. We'll see what the other running backs play. Yeah, 18 snaps there, 10 snaps there. It's just disgusting. So if I were to take a shot on one, it would be Gray. There's not much there. Going over to wide receiver. So we'll see if the starters are going to play. If they do, it just does muddy things up. That being Hodgins, Slayton, Campbell. If we get news they're going to play upwards of a quarter, you can definitely take some darts on those guys. But Beasley got banged up. Shepard's probably not going to play. So there are some guys I definitely do like here. So Ford Wheaton, where's he at? He played 42 snaps. He ran 29 routes on 42 snaps. Hyatt played 18 snaps. He ran 12 routes. Pimpleton played 26 snaps. He ran 19 routes. So I would think they'd want to get some more run here. So Ford Wheaton, definitely my favorite. Pimpleton, my second favorite. Hyatt, my third favorite. Definitely better than some other wide receiver situations that we'll go over in a minute, that being like Atlanta. But yeah, looking here, you can see Pimpleton, 26. These guys just didn't play much. Like, wide receiver is pretty disgusting on this slate. I think Ford Wheaton will definitely get a ton of ownership. Going over to tight end, so Waller, we'll see if he's going to be playing. If he does, and we know he's going to get a quarter, that does make him firmly in play. Like, at tight end, if you get like 2 to 3 points, you're like fist pumping. So if you told me Waller got like 1 catch for like 20 yards, I'd take that all day. So we'll keep an eye on if Waller's going to be playing. I definitely like taking talent at tight end over playing time sometimes, depending on how the talent is compared to how bad the playing time is. And if I were to play another one, it would be Cager. He played 18 snaps, ran 11 routes. Just, they're all fine. We'll go over tight end play I like more a little bit later. All right, Bengals. So, starters not expected to play here. We sit down a little bit. So, Burrow's going to be out. Sinet didn't play. You had Semien. He played most of the game. He played 38 snaps. Then you have Browning. He played 26 snaps. So, we'll keep an eye on Sinet, but if they get some more run and they give these guys like about a half each, that does make them solid quarterback plays. Give the edge to Semien because he did play a little bit more, but keep an eye on news here. There's no confirmed playing time with these guys, so just keep an eye on that. Move over to running back. So Williams could play. I believe he did come back to practice. Sailors and Tyler did not play. Another thing that we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on, which is very important to be over to my subreddit. Not my subreddit, the subreddit I post on for that news. But if we do get similar run here for these running backs, that being Brown, that being Evans, I think they stand out. Brown especially as one of the better running back plays in the slate. He played 66% of the snaps. I can just pull it up. Go over to the Bengals. We're Cincinnati. Go up to the running backs. Where is Brown? As you can see, he played a total. Where is he? I was looking at Ben. He played 42 snaps, and then you had Evans. He played a decent chunk as well. Where is Evans? Where's Evans? Where's Evans? He played 23 snaps. So definitely do like both these running back plays. Brown definitely being my favorite. Got to keep an eye on the Williams news and got to keep an eye on Sailors and Tyler. But if we get some more run from those guys I definitely have interest in. Wide receiver. So Chase, Higgins, Boyd don't expect to play. They did have 9 guys play, but there are more guys that I definitely have a ton of interest here. Laster played 27 snaps, ran around 21. Jackson played 23 snaps, ran around 19 of those. Iosivas played 40 snaps, ran around 30 of those. And Jones played 38 snaps, ran around 32 of those. So, this is a team that we know starters aren't going to play. This is a team I would think plays a similar kind of thing that did last week. So, you guys are going to hear me say this a lot of if they do what they're doing. This all, keep an eye on news going up to lock. But if they do a similar thing here, I really like Jones. I really like Iosivas. Lassiter, I think, is solid. Jackson firmly in play. Everyone else, they kind of spread out everything. But like those guys quite a bit if we get some more run. I would think we do. So I do like those wide receiver plays. And then going over to tight end, there are some plays I like here. Hudson got banged up. Concussion protocol. I don't think he plays, assuming that happens. You have Asiasi who came in. He played 34 snaps, ran out in 26 of those. I think he'll probably be a popular play. I like him quite a bit. And then you had Bowers. He played 26 snaps, ran around 12 of those. So there are some tight end plays here. I do like Asiasi being the favorite there. And then this one's going to be quick. I think Atlanta's basically a cross-off for me. Starters are going to play. No confirmation on playing time. Heineke was a DNP. We'll have to keep an eye on the news and the playing time. Like, if we know Ritter's going to get, however, like a half or something, definitely in play. But outside of that, keep an eye on news. For running back, Algier and Robinson didn't play. Patterson, I don't expect to play. They would have 4 running backs in that case. We do know starters are going to play, so it just muddies up the waters for everything. I don't really have a bunch of interest here. If I were to play one, it would be Washington. I still think he gets a decent chunk. And then wide receiver, they played like 150 guys. Now you have starters coming back, which adds more bodies into the rotation. It's just disgusting. I think it's just a cross off for me. What is JJ Arcega-Whiteside doing? I just don't understand it. It's tight end. If we get new starters are going to play, kind of the same thing with Waller. Talent there could definitely trump some playing time, so would have interest in Pitts. But outside of that, it's pretty disgusting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.